Hello, 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 hello. Welcome. Speedgaming Live is about to kick off October 3rd to October 6th, but in the lead up to it, we've got Speedgaming Live online happening for the next couple of weeks here, and we've got a number of tournaments, one of which you're looking at here, Rockman 2. This is going to be any percent difficult, which is a really fun category. I'm Mythical9. I'm back here on Speedgaming to do some commentary. The Mega Man lured me out, and I'm here with Chrome Cobra. Hello.
Hello, hello. Appreciate everybody being here and watching this fantastic race getting ready to go down.
Now, we've got an interesting match. The category is any percent difficult, so you're going to be playing on the harder difficulty if you're playing Mega Man 2 instead of Rockman 2. On Rockman 2, there's just the one, which is the harder difficulty. But it's just any percent. You can use zips and you can use all the weapons. Yet, the two runners who've signed up here today, Kammesennin only plays Buster only, and tinythebrontosaurus doesn't play with zips. So we're actually going to get zipless on the right versus Buster only on the left, which is a really fun way to start things off.
Yeah, very excited for this. I am a huge fan of the Buster only run. So yeah, looking to see how this looks side by side with a zipless run. It should be interesting.
We'll go ahead and let the runners know that we're all pretty much ready on our end. Hopefully everyone watching is ready on your end for some Rockman 2. I have no idea how to predict what we're about to see. They're running essentially different categories, so their skill sets are going to be tested in totally different ways.
All right, giving the boys a go ahead that we're ready.
You can see we've got some little stars on the layout below their feeds because this is going to be best 2 out of 3. So don't go anywhere once this one is done. I see RaySpot's counting down. Chat expecting to see Mega Man shoot things with lasers. I'm pretty sure he shoots them with lemons in this game. So let's see, Kammesennin playing Buster only. There's no advantage to taking any other route through the stages because you're not using any of the weapons or items you get from completing them. So I have no idea what to expect from stage order from Kammesennin. tinythebrontosaurus, however, is going to be using a bunch of items, so is going to be starting the Flashman.
I would expect Crash Man, but I'm not sure. No, he's going with air over here on the Buster only side. Interesting. He's just getting the hard part out of the way. He must feel comfortable with the Crash Zip, because I'm assuming he's going to be doing the Crash Zip, which we'll talk about when we get there.
But I think he will, because if he's playing Buster only, there is no
there is.
zip.
Yeah, there is a zip you can do in Crash Man and Buster only. I'm expecting him to pull it off. It is sub-pixel dependent and pixel perfect drop from the ladder, but you can do a zip similar to the item 1 zip that you would do in any percent. So I'm hoping that we get the chance to see that from him today.
Oh, I'm eager to learn as much as I am to inform. So riding the air platforms, jumping out to spawn them a little bit earlier, and then this little sequence here where you can jump up and always going for it and is going to pause to reset the fallen momentum. Gets you across. It's always a little bit scary, but it really does extend the jump quite a bit when you do that.
Nice work through Flashman stage.
The health is a little bit low, and Flashman's kind of scary. To be absolutely perfect on Flashman requires a great deal of precision. Landing your shots in the right place, because he's going to be jumping around. And the cross under, and then the turnaround shots afterwards. Let's see how this goes. Oh, we're taking it very safe. Pretty good choice when you're low on health. How can he do this without even getting hit, pretty much? Just the flash.
Yeah, they're very tanky boys in the Rockman 2 edition, aren't they?
They sure are. So here's Airman. What kind of patterns are we going to get? We're going to use... you can cancel the knockback in order to stay a little bit closer to Airman, and then once he's across on the other side of the screen, he's toast.
Good job from both guys.
We'll have to do our best to keep in mind how many robot masters have been defeated, given that they're going to be taking such different routes.
Yeah, I'm interested to see Cam's order that he's got for routed out. I know he mentioned that he did a small reroute earlier in his stream. So yeah, interested to see what he does with it. Here we go with Crash. Now hopefully we get to see this Crash zip. It'll be on the second screen. He'll climb to a specific pixel on the first ladder, and he will try to drop off to the right to land on this screen here, which will zip him back. Oh, here he goes. Yep. Okay. Right pixel. Oh, here's our zip. So it does zip him over, nice. And after this, he will continue the typical way we see the any percent zips. Very, very hard to get that on the first try. Like I said, with subpixel, needing to be there too. Very nice that he got that on the first try.
Yeah, I mean, you described it as sub-pixel perfect, frame perfect. I was like, really? In a race, you're gonna go for that?
This very big ones on this fella here.
Meanwhile, Tiny the Brontosaurus opened up Airman stage by flashing the drills, and then went for a ride on some of the platforms. Both of them about halfway through the stage, so they're pretty close. Playing it safe by just taking hits from the drills and jumping as deep into them as you can, so the knockback doesn't knock you off.
So I was gonna say, no tippy toes on this side. They're so difficult though to get, especially in a race situation. It's not something that I would ever be comfortable with trying.
Yeah, I mean, I commentated Cool Kid's run at Games Done Quick 2022, I think it was, and even he would take a safer version of Fast Air, where he took a bunch of damage boosts off of all of the enemies. Like, even the very best players in a race setting are not willing to go for everything.
Beautiful Airman. I love the crash dance we got here with the Buster only. This is a beautiful little back and forth. You'll see he'll jump and catch him in a shot and try to hit him on the return. Shoot him again on the upside. So he's trying to get 3 shots in through each crash bomb while trying to avoid it. It's nice to watch for all the people who hate Crash.
Got hit by 1 or 2, but that's fine.
Beautiful.
Oh, very good.
Looks like we're a 2-2 on the Robot Masters.
That's correct. We're a whole weapon get cutscene ahead on the right side of the screen. A lead for Tiny the Brontosaurus, who is going to have weapons but no zips here in Quickman stage. Oh, held too far to the right. Got clipped by that beam. We actually just saw a lead change. They're in the same stage, and it is their 3rd stage. Kammesennin taking a little detour to the right for an E-Tank. That's a really good idea, particularly in Buster only, and particularly in a race. to see the power of air shooter on these enemies. Tiny the Brontosaurus making up a ton of ground on this section. They're very close now.
Side by side, quick lasers. Beautiful to see.
Coming through is not going to try to deal with the Joe to get the extra 1-up drop.
He missed a little damage boost there at the second mech. He's trying to land on that little platform and take a damage off the bullet because we know the mech does huge damage. It's like he just slightly missed it, so it was a tad slower.
Tiny again catching up with that air shooter. They're both into the boss fight. It is going to be a Buster-only boss fight, and the quick arena with the, you do fight him with the Buster even when you are using weapons in the refight, but here, the Crash Bombs are really good, because this arena makes it hard to get your shots in. Low health there for Tiny, but clutches it out.
Another beautiful job. They're doing so good on this run.
So a small lead change there in our third Robot Master stage. 5 left. Kame's going to Metal. And they're going to stay side by side.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the differences right here. He's going to take the E-Tank to use later, where Brontosaurus is just going to flash through this area.
Yeah, you'll take a ton of damage boosting through these crushers and then all these other little things. So right away you're even thinking I might need this E-Tank.
He did great getting by with only 2 hits from the choppers too. It's hard to get by there without taking 3, but that's going to help save that E-Tank for a later event, hopefully. He shouldn't need it for the metal fight, but we know how Mega Man is.
It's going to be a significantly easier Metal Man fight for Tiny. Kame's going to actually have him take actions and fight, whereas he's going to probably just sit there if Tiny gets the manipulation right.
Clean item 2, no clown gear hit. Very nice on Tiny.
Oh, a little bit early on the jump there, but recovers. Tiny's health is really low. Here's the E-Tank. And a replacement. Again, using that pause to extend the jump by resetting your falling speed.
Dude, my heart dropped when I saw him fall.
And Tiny is holding the B button before the fight starts, so Metal Man, who normally reacts to your button inputs, doesn't really see you press the button, as it were. Did cross the halfway point, though. That will also trigger Metal Man to jump around and start doing stuff. But a very quick fight.
And we'll see Cam, he's laying out very precise little lemon shots right here to where he knows the height Metal Man will be. He's got a little more health here now, so he can go a little bit crazier than he normally would.
Yeah, he's really encroaching on his half of the court. Actually triggered him to jump there by getting close enough. That's a great fight. Taking a damage boost on the left side of the rocket, the item 2 here, and using the item 2 here rather than later on in the stage because we're not going to be using it to zip. Also, that screen is terrible, so anything you could do to make it easier. Whereas Kame's going to have to do it the old-fashioned way with the Buster.
And each of these frogs take 10 hits. They are not easy to shoot through with the lemons.
You really got to have a sense for how much health they have and how much you're pressing the button.
Oh no!
Just slipped off that dropping platform. I really liked how confident they were jumping at the frogs to deliver the last couple of hits, though.
Yeah, very good placement to get in between the jumping frogs, not to take damage there. Also, he's going to get down here, and the Buster only, you don't want to fight the fish like you don't want to fight the fish in any other one. So what he'll do, he will damage boost off the shrimp closest to it, and then try to clear the fish with a jump. They do huge amounts of damage, and he cannot be taking the hits from those too much.
Oh, Kame is playing Buster only, but is not playing Zipless, so we're going to see a really old school Zip here, resetting the falling speed over and over. That effect is, amplified in the water. It lets you get in the ceiling, activate that Zip.
Ooh, a little close there. That's back what she's talking about. Need to know how many hits you're getting on him right there. I'm sure he didn't want to take that damage. Just miscounted the hits.
Yeah, Bubble Man, there's kind of a lot of stuff on the screen. It's really easy to get tagged by something.
It's a very match-heavy stage compared to most of the other stages, it seems like.
So Tiny's here in Heatman stage. Kame gets hit, immediately goes for the E-Tank, is not messing around. So I asked Kame, are you sure you're gonna do Buster only? And they answered, it's the only way they know.
Yeah, that's what he told me. It's all he knows.
Tiny using the item 3 to skip the Yoku block section, and then, again, multiple times here. Well, then actually, oh, okay, wow.
Ooh, that was a close one.
I really liked when it got away from Tiny, so he was just using the Yoku blocks anyway, right behind it.
I like the item 3 strat through there. Very nice.
And then we've got the item 2 to skip having to jump along all of these blocks, which isn't too difficult, but it's gotta be nerve-wracking.
Does anybody like the Yoku blocks? I haven't ever met one person like, you know what? I really love them things.
No, I have not seen a single person ever say that.
It's not the kind of people we need to be hanging out with if they do. They're terrible. They were the bane of my existence as a kid.
Oh yeah, everyone. Well, nicely done on that section. Tiny's into the Heatman fight. Heatman will hesitate between doing this flame charge for a random amount of time. About 30, 60, or 90 frames, which is about half a second, or a second and a half. So it's a pretty big difference. It's not easy to sort of react to what's going on. I like these zips, by the way, that Kame is doing on the left.
Yeah, beautiful little column zips, quick and efficient. And here goes our Yoku blocks that we missed.
We'll see if Kame is going to opt to try to stand closer to Heatman so that his charges go a shorter distance and he's vulnerable sooner. But because you can't really react, it comes out very quickly and it's random. There's this sort of little dance you can do where you sort of jump away, and now you're reacting not to when he charges, but when he doesn't charge. And now you have enough time. Oh, he doesn't charge? Then you come back and land right next to him, and you jump again at 60, and then again at 90 if necessary. It's a lot of work for a very small time gain, so I won't be surprised if actually Kame just keeps his distance. Yeah.
Yeah, smart move.
And Tiny into Woodman. Charging up the heat is going to just blow this first dog away here. And then flash to prevent the other two from spawning. Very safe. Oh, I almost expected to see a zip there, but
oh yeah, I thought that
zipless.
Yeah, I was like, is he going for the zip here? The good wood?
I'm gonna do zipless, except
the hardest one in the game. Well, I guess, yeah, I guess you can soft lock it. I was gonna say the one that doesn't soft lock, but yeah, you can soft lock that for sure.
You end up in like Wily 4 or something?
Wily 3, yep. 3 score.
Okay.
The beautiful glitched out sewer.
going to start this fight is not going to have the luxury of the tools Tiny used to deal with those 3 dogs. So, talking about mash heavy stage of Bubble Man, when you said that, I was thinking about Woodman's going to have all of these dogs.
Oh yeah, the kangaroo rabbits. I have no idea what they're called. They're just curse word kangaroo rabbits.
Getting a view of the chickens at the end of the stage as Tiny rides the item 2 into the boss fight. I think we're going to see... Oh, we are seeing heat. I was wondering. Air is a little bit faster if you get close enough to jam the shots through the shield, but it's a little bit risky, so we're going to see the 2 heat shots here.
Also saw a nice little short zip from Cam on the left side over there. They're very tiny, but it puts them in a good spot to start attacking the first Fiender.
Those dogs are dead. Half a stage difference between the 2. It's going to be Clash for Tiny, which leaves Kame with Flash, I think.
Yeah, I believe that'd be right, yeah. This is a hateful section buster only, coming through here with the monkeys and birds and eggs. Tedious scream when you're on a good pace and you're trying to come through here and it's just not going right. So frustrating.
And it's so hard to avoid taking damage against Woodman when those leaves come down, so you're really not too keen to try to muscle your way through with some damage boosts and everything.
And what is it, 28 hits that he'll need here on Buster Only? It takes a lot of hits to chew through him.
Tiny making great use of the items, item 1s.
Nice chicken jumps over on the left side.
Here's Woodman. We used 2 E-Tanks. We picked up 3, so I think Kame still has 1. Getting some hits from some leaves. Uh-oh, it's close. It's not E-Tanking. Gets the kill.
Ooh, nice. Here goes the crash climb. This is a thing of beauty when it goes right. It's a nightmare when it doesn't.
So you can do a thing where, with very precise positioning and timing, you can put down an item 3 right underneath you and drop onto it and jump off of it immediately, but not surprised to see that not happening here. You're gonna fall down the ladder a little bit if you miss it, and it's just so precise.
Here we are into Flash Man.
But we're already at the end of Clash for Tiny, so looking like it's going to be a bit of a lead heading into the Wily stages. Of course, we're going to get through this guy. Not that he's going to put up much of a fight when you've got Air Shooter. Oh, he's trying. There it is.
Clash doing Clash things. Had him ruin so many runs in the boss free fights doing that. Oh, a little slippery over here.
Yeah, a little bit too high on this fun pillar guy.
Here comes the best eyebrows in the business.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of approach Kame does here with Flash. Oh, moonwalking Michael Jackson style. Yeah, we'll see what he does, if he takes a safe approach or if he's just going to hit it in the head and go with it. He does have a lot more health than Tiny had.
Just a couple shots and then took a body shot there. And that's going to be pretty good. Nice.
Ooh, nice item too from Tiny too.
Yeah, that's got to be placed just right in order to get up on top of this big whatever this is, Dr. W. That one's a little bit too high to use, unfortunately. Trying to go for the corner jump.
Thought that second item one may have been a little too low also. Nice recovery.
Later on in the tournament, we'll probably see some players use some vertical zips to get through this section faster, but for now we're going to see them tough it out.
Yeah, we can see him doing, grabbing the ladder off screen to get a little bit of an extra boost up through there. Really helps out getting to the top of some of these ladders and getting Mega Man moving again. Kame doesn't really have the opportunity to do that. He can't really jump through many of these screens to get that boost, as Tiny did just there.
Oh yeah, and if you're wondering, some of this is completely impossible without the use of the items, so even in the Buster only category, you're allowed to use the bare minimum to get through here. Now the screen on the right, depending on if we have a 30 Hz capture or not, it's going to flicker a lot, so if you're sensitive to flashing, be careful. Pretty much all the boss fights from here on out are going to be doing that. Oh, nice little corner jump, much more smooth there for Kame.
Ooh, nice. Getting around the damage too there. Very tight window. It's so hard to resist laying an item 1 right there to jump up to that ladder too. Negating the entire run, you know.
A big red X appears on the screen.
Oh, whammy, baby.
Here's the item 2 ride at the start of Wily here. Taking the low road for the E-Tank. All the goodies. Refilling a little bit on item 2 and on item 1. Make sure you got what you need to finish out the Wily stages, because you do not get refills in between stages like you did during the Robot Master stages.
See if Kame goes for the quick kill. Oh, yeah, he does. Very nice.
Quick with the fingers. Looked really good. Using the item 1s to jump over the Stomper. I don't know what is happening off the top of the screen. You would think that chain's connected to something, but if it's not there, if you can't see it, is it really there? Time jumping right over that stuff. Heading down into the boss fight. It's a fairly straightforward fight, especially if you're, well, I mean, if you're using metal blades, it's straightforward. We're gonna see Kame have to jump up and place 3 shots, all at the sort of peak of your jump. So you can kind of do one before the peak, and then at the peak, and then a little bit after the peak. But it's really not easy to get all the shots you need to take these guys out on the hardest difficulty here.
He may need to also refill on his metal. He used quite a bit right there. We'll see if he opts to pick up an energy refill for that through the run. Do need a lot of metal in the refights, that's for sure.
It's just such a good weapon. It demands you use it quite a bit.
It's so broken. Oh my goodness, it's so broken. It's unbelievable.
Kame taking the damage boost off the Stomper. You eat a bunch of damage, but it is willing to pay that in order to speed that up.
0 fish, 1 fish, or 2 fish.
Actually, now that I think about it, how do you even get through there without getting hit with your Buster? Is it possible? Is there space between? Or is it just really
yeah,
slow?
in between the 2 chompers, yeah, you can go, but you have to wait for the second chomper to come down and then go back up.
Okay. Well, these shots these are all looking really good. See there, missed one, you know, just 1 shot short on that one. It's tough.
Yeah, also it takes 3 shots from the Buster like the metal, but of course we don't have the angled shots to be able to throw it up like we want to. Nicely done.
Yeah,
Its weakness is also bubble, but who's ever going to use bubble in that fight?
You only use it when you have to. Here's the Guts Dozer. It's a mashy sort of fight. Jump up and hit the button as much as you can. Pretty solid 4 jumps there.
I love that we get to see different reiterations of Guts throughout the series. He just keeps reappearing in most of the games, always a tank, a bulldozer, or something.
Is it the same guy? Like, is Wily like taking the parts and sticking them on?
You know, that's a good question. I don't know. Like, is it the same Terminator from in T3 that it was in the original one, or is it a completely different one? I get confused sometimes. That's a good question. I never really thought about it. I would assume the same head, but I don't know. If it was the same head, would it matter? You know?
Right, now we're getting into the philosophy of the situation. I feel like we're quickly over our heads. Tiny's climbing up Wily 4, notoriously difficult stage. There's just so much that can go wrong, and you've got to use your items to navigate the stage and the boss, and you've already used a bunch of them on the stages to get here, so it can be very punishing if you end up misusing them.
Damage boost.
You can place an item like through the wall and speed it up a little bit, but instead I think this is the item 2 equipped here. No, that's 1. Okay.
2 item 1. Interesting. Nice.
And then what's the strat here? There's so many little things you can do. It is going to be item 2 to ride across.
Ooh, I was gonna say, is that too high? The item 2 was too high, unfortunately.
Back to the halfway checkpoint, which isn't too far back, but remember, spent the item 1s and the item 2s all through that section. Is Tiny going to have enough?
Ooh,
and if
nice
not,
dip.
do they know how to adjust?
Kame will be doing a few little ladder zips, similar to the magnet beam zip that we do in Mega Man 1 to move around this stage.
I don't remember how many lives Tiny has left. Might be on the last one.
Oh my goodness, it's getting tight now. Here's that ladder zip. Nice, nice, Kame.
That's a simultaneous 1 frame down and B input, I think, to grab the ladder in that way.
It is, yeah. Very, very tight.
You see it again?
Beautiful.
Nice.
Nerves are definitely getting into it, I believe, at this point. They have to be.
Uh-huh. Especially after those 2 deaths. Okay, so there we go. It's very
nice.
low. It's good. I'm a little bit scared about the iframes running out, but we're okay. But Kame is coming. This is going to be a close finish.
He is on it. Very nice.
Kame's going to be very jealous of the way our air shooter is just deleting these big walkers.
Yeah, I bet right now if he could wish for any weapon to be able to use, it would be the air shooter. More than anything right now.
Here we go into the blue beam fight. We've got our item 1s to get around and our crash bombs. We're looking to get 2 for 1 as much as possible. Blow up a door and a beam, or blow up 2 doors. That looks too low to me, we'll see. Yeah.
It is, yep. Touch too low.
Also no opportunity to do the bonk your head and transfer the damage over to the thing now as well, so if this is done at all, it's going to take every crash bomb.
Same thing with Kame. He has just enough if he doesn't do a damage transfer. His might be kind of low also. Oh no.
Tiny has missed it. They don't have enough bombs, so that they're just blowing up the doors now, and they're going to have to come back when the doors are gone. Big chance for Kame.
Does not have the health for the damage transfer. Didn't need it. Oh.
Oh, the game over doesn't even care about the doors. Okay.
Yeah, but at least he would get his energy back, so... I mean, there's still hope, but he's a long way in the hole at this point.
Yeah, that's rough. Had the lead, but it's
he
definitely
will make
not
up a
the
lot of
first
time.
time that Wily 4 has claimed a run.
He will make up a lot of time in the boss fight, so that's for sure. These Buster Only fights are not fun.
I know for a fact Kame's not watching the stream. They don't like to know what's going on. They prefer to just play their games. So they don't know that a big lead change just happened, and they're in a prime opportunity to make it happen here.
Oh no!
Oh, man.
This would be good for Tiny to get the nerves shook out the first race. We still have 2 more races to go. Still a long way to go. But yeah,
That's
I'm
right.
sure the nerves are right now. He's probably just taking deep breaths now and just hoping for the best. Finish the run, finish it strong, finish it clean.
I can't remember if it was Tiny asking about drop rates on difficult and if they were different from normal and whether it would be a good idea to try to farm weapon energy or just game over. But they were thinking about exactly this problem before the race, if I have the right person, and it's with good reason. It's a very difficult thing, and it's just very punishing when it happens. So here we are. Got to deal with it. Focus up.
Anybody that has played this more than twice has dealt with that. Live and learn, but it's like I never can learn. It gets me every single time I play. It's such a hateful boss.
Oh, hold on. Kame just got hit. Okay, it's 2 E-tanks, so a nice cushion. Well, there we go.
Yeah, these guys are very tanky with the Buster and Rockman too. Like, Bubble, I believe, takes 28 hits also.
Yeah, I believe that's right. It's kind of trading hits here.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's taking a little bit too much damage.
A big health, but you know, it's less than half, and Kame's already lost half. So okay, but holds on. Only missed
Woodman, here we go.
Oh,
this is the tough one. Oh no.
Tiny jumped a little bit early. The item 2 obviously takes a little bit before it starts moving. And I mean, when you're nervous, you're more likely to be too fast on things, I find. And maybe that's what happened.
Nice wood from Kame.
Doing these little hop shots if the tornadoes are low, but they were high there, so had a chance to get a bunch of damage in. Just gonna wait basically for Airman to come to him.
Will he need an E-tank here?
Whoa!
No. Oh boy. Oh.
I was definitely not, you know, super sure how much damage that tornado was gonna do, but given the confidence, I think Kame did. No way. Tiny's jump input didn't come out on the edge of the platform. That's pretty much sealed the deal, I think.
Yeah, better to get it over with now. Just get it all out of your system, shake it off, regroup, and bring it back. Ooh. Ooh.
That jump just didn't happen. And He-Man does a lot of damage with that flame charge, so there goes the last E-tank. But that's all the refights. No crash bombs available, so you gotta get your shots placed only when you're at the peak of your jump. This is fantastic work by Kame on phase 1. Being aggressive during the iframes has the damage to make
Very
it happen.
nice. Yeah, that's a lot to mash in a short sequence and avoid the shots.
I just want to see Tiny get through this. It's been a number of deaths through this section, and if they can get through this, even if they lose the race, even if everything after goes bad, if you can get through this section nice and clean and confident, that's going to matter for you when you are, you know, going through game number 2.
Just finish strong. If you can finish strong, you can start strong. Very nice. Coming up to one of the very few non-buster only parts of Kame's run. But it's not an option.
Yeah, again, a lot of flashing when this alien goes down, but you gotta use the bubble lead, whatever it is. It's difficult to use, and if you miss, it goes traveling across the screen, and you can't fire more than 2. So if you miss twice, they're both going across the bottom of the screen. You can't shoot at all.
Ooh, ooh.
Oh, no E-tanks left, if I remember right, so...
No E-tanks. Oh no, cannot take a hit. Oh! Oh,
The
got
double kill.
death. Oh, nice. He did that in practice. I told him, swag it out at the end. See if you can do it. Nice
There it
job.
is. That's game
Here
one.
we go. Oh, no. In the
for Tiny.
food room again. Nice job by Kame.
A little pause there as Tiny the Brontosaurus processes the .done, I think, in race chat from Kame.
It looks like a 36:27 time for Kame. That's not too awful far from his PB, if I'm not mistaken.
I think I got that info here somewhere. Mega Man 2 80% difficult, Buster only 3754 according to the website.
Oh, nice.
So, unless it hasn't been updated, that is a PB?
You
By
know,
like a minute? That doesn't seem right.
let me look on his split. For his split is 36:17 is his PB.
Okay. Wow, 10 seconds off. Are you kidding?
10
Phenomenal.
seconds. What a great run.
And then we had a forfeit from Tiny. Doesn't want to, I don't know. Sometimes you're just off it, you know? You're just like, get rid of that one. On to the next one, go fresh.
Shake it off. This one didn't matter. We have 2 more to go.
We saw a pretty decent lead at various points for Tiny. Obviously, it's a big advantage when you can use the weapons. So, I think odds are actually pretty good that we could see a win from Tiny and that we could go to Game 3. Man, this is fun. I'm glad I'm glad I came out here. This is fun. I like seeing the different categories. Even when people are playing the same category, I like seeing all the different strats people use. There's a lot of room to be safer or faster, and it's going to come down to a lot of factors, what people go for. It's a good time.
Yeah, the Mega Man 1 race the other day with Shawing and Speedster, Shawing started with Guts and Speedster opted to go the cut route starting out. So it was nice to see those 2 routes meet up at the end. Yeah, I love seeing any of these 2 side by side, even if, like I said, they're not the same run. The Zipless with Zips, Buster Only with Zips, Buster Only with the Zipless, you know. They're all great to see side by side.
Yeah, I would have, if you had asked me, are there zips in the Buster only run? I would have said no, and then I would have said, oh wait, there's that one in Bubble that you can do. But it was totally new to me that there was that one available in Clash, and I'm really glad I got to see that.
J-Dub was the one who turned that on to me. I was, playing Mega Man 2 one day, and I was doing a Buster only run. And he's like, oh, you almost got the Zip and Crash Man. I was like, what are you talking about Zip and Crash? You can't Zip and Crash Man. What are you smoking, J-Dub? And he's like, no, man, you really can do it. So, yeah, I looked it up, and I was kind of shocked. That's what got me started on the Buster Only. I was like, okay, we got Zips and Buster Only. Let's do it. It's such a fun run. It's satisfying, but it's hateful to pull off. It's one of those. I start with Crash, I'm surprised he didn't start with Crash. I start with it because it's hard, it's hateful. If you miss it, you drop down to the first screen, so then you got to climb back up the ladder, get set back up, get on the pixel, drop down, hope you hit it. If you don't, so you can just reset real heavy at the beginning until you get it. Because the Bubble Man's, you can get it pretty easy as long as you're careful with your pauses, but that Crash Man is definitely a hateful zip. Glad to have seen him get it off so quick.
It seems that screen is impossible to have an easy zip on it. Everything that you can do on that screen is like one of the hardest things in the game.
They're all nuts. The people who can do those zips so consistently, I see so many of them. Zernies, Indian Runner, and on top of everybody else. It's just, how do they do it time after time, over and over?
Yeah, anyone can practice up and try it enough times, and they'll get it, But how do you do it almost
freaking
every
robots,
time?
man. You was talking about you had did some commentary for Cool Kid. I had watched the one with Cool Kid and Prissy, and he started doing the, was it Wily 2 zip from the top with all the spikes going down? I'm like, Dude, there's no way you do that in a GDQ event. Like, what are you doing? It's like, but leave it to him to do it.
Yeah, he's unreal. I practice and I rehearse the commentary. I'll even like write down like exactly what I'm gonna say, like word for word, and I can stick to it because I know that he's gonna stick to what he's doing with a sort of clockwork precision. Well, not everyone has clockwork precision.
No, definitely do not. I have the opposite of what you would call clockwork precision. I just keep doing it till I get it right one time and then hope for the best.
Players are chatting a little bit. How can you not want to chat about how your big tournament race went? Tiny describing what happened as dying on things they've never died on before.
It has to be frustrating, but you know, his confidence. He had a good run through the rest of it. Wily 4 is going to Wily 4. It's just something we just have to deal with sometimes. But I think he'll be great for this one.
I'd love to see it. Oh right, I haven't been marking the players as done or anything on this dashboard. I'm rusty. I wonder if this has been done or if I need to do it, because the stars should light up on the layout, right? As a win for comedy, if we're doing our jobs. But now I don't want to monkey with it in case I mess it up for someone else.
And they'll get ready to go. 3 seconds. Good luck, boys.
3 seconds plus 30 seconds and change of stream delay or something. It's always, you want to get hyped. You want to be like, all right, let's go. 3, 2, 1. And then there's this awkward pause where you're like, wait. Uh-oh. But any moment. Maybe this is more exciting. We don't know when it's going to start. Who knows how much stream delay there is.
Depends on how that Elon Musk Starlink's working for you today.
So for anyone who's just joining, it's best 2 out of 3. Kame is up 1 game, so it's do or die for Tiny the Brontosaurus, who is playing the game zipless, despite this being a tournament that allows zips. And Kame is going to be playing Buster only, despite this being a category that allows you to use things that aren't the Buster. It's a atypical sort of first match, but it's a lot of fun. Flash. We're into air. And we are seeing those tricky toe jumps a little bit from Kame. Might do a little left-right sort of wiggle to despawn the guy. No, just shoots him. Oh no, wait, it's this one I think. Jumps out to spawn the platform early. Whereas Flashman's a pretty straightforward stage. Not too much can go wrong. Oh, Kame hesitated a little bit, so it's going to need again to extend that jump with the pause. Makes it cross. Tony wrapping up Flashman's stage. Took some damage throughout the stage, is a little bit below half, but we saw how safe their approach is against Flashman. They're able to do quite well on that fight, taking very little damage. Birds in the clouds dropping the eggs on Kame. You want to take some hits on Airman. Health to do it. Okay, there's a health drop, so it's going to happily gobble that up. Tiny takes contact damage, cannot get hit again. Oh, but jumps a little bit too close. We were hoping that Game 2 was in the past and we were going to see a nice clean start, but opening up with a death on the first stage. If there's any Tiny fans, I think he could use your support right now. Let's see. Airman's down for Kame. And then there's Flashman, so pretty close with their first Robot Master. Thankfully, these weapon get cutscenes shorter on the Japanese version, Rockman instead of Mega Man. So much shorter that a person playing Rockman 2 on the higher difficulty that you have to play at is faster than someone playing on the North American version, even on the easier difficulty. So here we go with this Clashman zip. On the ladder, gets up on the position, falls in, and that looks like the zip to me. Tiny managed to clear one of the drills there after the flash ran out.
What a clean crash zip. Very nice.
Yeah, I know, 2 for 2, right?
Dead on it. Yeah, I was going to say, so you can reset the subpixel, I believe, I could be wrong on this, by climbing the top ladder and dropping back down, and then you can get it every time. It's consistent that way, but who has time to do that? But yeah, very hard to get in there with that, make sure the subpixel value is correct and get on the right pixel. There's a good visual cue, as someone mentioned I saw in chat earlier, with the where you're holding the rung of the ladder.
Yeah, there's in Mega Man 1 you rely on some similar visual cues to set up some of the zips in that game with the magnet beam. And there's like a lot of things you can look at. Like some people look at his hand or his head, or these pixels form a square now.
Notice Kame's doing the shot right here for the buffer. If you get past the bird, one shot, and you can just continuously hold up. You never have to let off during this climb.
Yeah, shooting, like grabbing a ladder turns Mega Man around sort of silently, so you need to be careful about which way you're facing, but you can get that bird to be spawning such that it's not doing anything. Look at the sink as they cross the corridor here.
Both of them running Buster on the bosses for this fight.
Taking some damage. Oh, it did not wait on the left side of the screen. He's gonna have to contend with the tornadoes for the finish.
Nicely done. A couple drops of pee came out on that one.
Kame has got the dance going. Very fluid, very nice.
Great job from both guys. I think Tiny's shaking it off. He's coming here. He's ready to take match number 2 to take us into a third one, I believe. Finding his groove, it looks like.
Love to see it. So at this point, I think they're going to start doing the same stage. We should be seeing a double quick man here. Now, last time, the first death that happened to Tiny pausing in the wrong spot, interrupting their falling speed, so they got clipped by one of these early quick beams. There we go.
And to shoot these fire guys 10 times is also hard, trying to keep the momentum of going forward and not wanting to slow down. Very, very, very hard to match those guys down in time.
Similar story as Race 1, as Tiny's making up a lot of ground with the air shooter, just one-shotting those things.
See Kame bopping the head as they go down. Get that extra speed on the descent as they're dropping down.
Yeah, I imagine this has got to be a thing that you do in platformer speedruns across the board. But for some reason, this in my mind is a Mega Man jump. That's when you jump at the end of a ledge in order to be falling faster.
It's only Mega Man for me. It's so weird that it's just built in. I don't even think about it now. You know, used to it's you train yourself to do it. Now it's just there. It's just habit. You're just doing it everywhere, even in places you don't even need to do it. Too tight.
Oh, the boomerangs are coming back. So Kame pauses, uses the E-Tank before they come in. That's a kill. Tiny looking for the last hit. Gets it.
Very nice. Neck and neck. Just how Dracula likes it.
So they're going to be side by side through the next couple of stages. Tiny's got the advantage of being able to use a couple of different weapons, but every now and then Kame's got an opportunity to do a zip, which will sort of earn back a little bit of extra time.
Yeah, see if Kame can get through with the just 2 hits again through this section. Very hard to get by only taking 2 hits. More commonly, you get the 3rd hit. Very nice.
There it is. I'd happily take a health drop here still, probably. Gonna have to contend with just the half health.
Those stubborn little short jumps in those hallways are so... They're nice when you get them, hateful when you're not on rhythm.
Really clean jumps through that one from Tiny. Catching up a little bit. We're able to split these hairs because they are just this close right now. But Tiny flying away into the lead, literally. Now gonna get that E-Tank as well. So again, pausing, resetting your falling speed to extend the jump. Just like before, Tiny enjoying the use of being able to hold the auto fire on the quick boomerang so that Metal Man doesn't really do anything. Oh, but across the halfway point, so he's going to jump around, but that's fine.
Very nice stages from both.
Yeah. It's been very smooth. Especially glad to see that from Tiny after the death on the first stage and what happened at the end of the last game. You know, we're hoping that you're able to shake it off, right? And these last couple of stages have gone so well. Really like, hopefully, their state of mind.
We know Kame was feeling good after the last one, but I believe Tiny's starting to get his groove on right here. A little bit low on the item too there, though. Ooh.
Just sort of
very nice.
Through with the blades.
Yeah, sit here and just reset. It's okay. Like, you know your route's faster, so you can afford to take it, you know, sit back and relax and get yourself together if something was to happen.
It's still scary. This little frog is trying to come in.
He's trying his best, boy. He was wanting him.
And look at Kame, so confident, jumping in with the Buster to deliver the last 1 or 2 hits. If you miscount, you're going to hit that thing. The knockback is going to send you into a pit.
Very nice job by Tiny. Very quick around the corner, too.
Remember, no zip here for Tiny. He's playing zipless. Kame's going to have that zip at the bottom of this screen, so we're going to see them be pretty close. There's the pausing to reset the momentum, get into the ceiling. Face left. It's going to pop out right where Tiny is.
Together. Nice. How beautiful. I love it. There he goes. Oh, so that health drop knocked away his damage boost. He's going to take 1. Oh, no, he got bad. That'll help him be very aggressive with Bubble Man when he gets there.
An extra life to make up for the 1 loss for Tiny. Good to have that.
Can you get to it? Can you get to it? Go!
Got it.
God, come home, frogs. What are you doing? Let Tiny go.
But Kame with the Buster caused less lag and also was just sort of more accurate and aggressive with the shots. So earning, I don't know, about a 3-second lead.
The little dance with Bubble. So you see, just as Bubble Man's getting ready to land, he'll jump tall to avoid the trident coming out, leap over it, then get close to avoid the bubbles. Great looking little dance when you get it going with him.
Well, the Metal Blade cut that lead down pretty good for Tiny. Teleporting away at 12:34. Kame off the top of the screen. 8 seconds later. Pretty close.
On to John Arbuckle. I always pick around. I have a Heat Man named John Arbuckle. He looks like he's straight out of a Garfield cartoon.
He does got the eyes. I see.
He's got the eyes. Yeah, like you can't like. Come on now. He totally should be in one of those cartoons at some point. You can't unsee it.
So last time we saw a couple of little zips through the columns from Kame, whereas we saw item 3 from Tiny to go over them. It's a little bit of an advantage, but the biggest advantage by far is using stuff like the item 3 here to skip the Yoku blocks. And the item 2 ride is very significant as well.
It's interesting to see the item 3 strat here. Oh, over the item 2.
Was a little bit slow getting up the column. That enemy had enough time to move to a position where Tiny maybe wasn't ready.
And Kame paused buffer to play it safe. Now these zips are dangerous. He can die right here if he misses that zip. It will drop him into the hole if he's not exactly, you know, dead on with those A triggers.
Oh, Tiny holding right. Hold right. Do not press left.
Oh!
They're closing in. What are you doing? They're on top. It's stuck with the item equipped. It's gonna switch.
Oh, nice. Good job, Tiny. Reset yourself. Yoku blocks doing Yoku things. Very nice.
Kame running away with a little bit of a lead. But again, the weapon on the boss is always going to make a pretty big difference for Tiny.
This sled here will make up a lot of time also. Very nice.
Kammesennin with half health against Heatman. Doing the long distance strats here to make sure he's got enough time to react to the flame charge. If he does this right, it's not going to take any damage. But if he does it wrong, his health is going to go away very quickly, because this is a very damaging attack.
Oh, there it is. One hit and he's dead.
Fast flame charge. The shots come out as well. If you don't get your shot on him right away, he will retaliate with his projectiles, but cleans it up.
Very nice.
Then there's Tiny with the bubbles catching right up.
I love this. This is exciting. This is what it's supposed to be, you know. Goodness gracious.
There's a sort of natural yo-yo effect going on here.
My poor dog over here must wonder what is going on over there.
It's Mega Man. Mega Man's going on.
What is he screaming at? Girl, it's exciting. You just don't understand. Yeah, I really enjoyed the shorter cutscenes on the Japanese version. The English ones are so hard to sit through.
This is the shorter cutscene that we're waiting for right now. It's hilarious. It really is like twice as long.
It's so ridiculous.
It's something like 37 seconds of extra cutscenes between the two versions.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, something like it's a significant amount, more than I want to do. So unless we're doing like Kame and doing Buster only, this is a insanely difficult run.
We got different strats here. The Buster's got no choice but to just jump and shoot. If you get iframes, you can use that to sort of get close, not have to worry about dodging. Whereas Tiny, flame charges the first one and then flashes to prevent the other two from even spawning as the screen scrolls. So He's gonna jump ahead, but it's still very close.
Oh, very nice. How's his second bat going to act? That second bat's always so hateful.
Metal blades being put to good use here against these enemies, especially the ones hanging down below where your Buster can reach. Kame has no choice but to bait them up where he can fight them.
This is such a dangerous part, because you want to have as much health as you can for Woodman. This section just... Oh, nice. Just will not allow it.
It's gonna go ahead and use the E-Tank already, because there's this rabbit you gotta jump over, and like even that could just kill you, so go ahead and use it now.
Nice item 2 over the chickens.
I've not been diligent about keeping track of Kamesennen's remaining E-Tanks. I think they've got one for this wood fight.
Miss a charge. He's got to go over to Airman to finish the fight out. Very nice. Quick recovery. I like it.
Yeah, well done. Kame's turn, getting close enough to get the Buster shots through the shield, and jumping through the leaves, not
nice.
easy to do.
Big boy is tanky. Very nice. Yeah, I'm not sure of the E-Tanks either. I believe you're right with one, though. And we get to enjoy a longer version of Crashman music, which is my favorite music in the game. You have a particular track that you really like on here?
Oh, that's a tough question. Someone once said it would be a really cool idea if someone made a ROM and then put it on a physical cart that just had all of the best NES tracks on it, and you could just put it in your NES and listen to the music. And I said they already did that. It's called Mega Man 2.
I like your style.
They've got a lot of good songs. I like Bubble Man a lot. I mean, Wily 2 probably is my real answer. It's tempting to pick one that isn't that because it's so popular, but it really is popular for a reason.
See, like, I never would have imagined Bubble Man. I hear a lot of people say they really love the Bubble Man theme. And, as growing up, I had never paid that much attention to it. It's actually a really good tune once you take time to listen to it, but I just never had considered it. I was like, hey, Bubble Man? Like, you like Bubble Man? Nice item 1's by Tiny there.
It's a little zip up the ladder by grabbing it nice and high off the screen. They're going to be looking to do that as much as possible. Oh, and Kame detouring on the top route a little bit to pick up an extra E-Tank. So yeah, was not happy about their E-Tank situation.
Well, Jackson and...
Tiny missed the opportunity to get on that item 3 and get the jump. Gonna get that shot. Has the E-Tank if they need it. Would really rather save it. Yeah, they're not gonna need it.
You don't really want to body any of these bosses. Everybody talks about the alien, don't body the alien, but you don't want to hit any of these bosses. You would rather take the damage off their projectile or whatever they're shooting than you would them.
Yeah. Quickman is one of the bosses where that's really important. You go for the boomerang, not the body.
I'll be begging for that boomerang. Please hit me, please.
That's Crashman down. Crashman. I never know what's gonna come out of my mouth when it comes time to say it.
Dude, I'll say I'll just go back and forth the entire run. Just both of them.
Oh, we almost had synchronized eyebrow wiggles. So it's a smaller lead than we had last time, I think, for Tiny. But it's still a lead, and with the ability to use all of the items, there's plenty of opportunities to build on it. If you're rooting for a game 3, that's what you're hoping for. You're hoping Tiny keeps up this pace.
Oh, a little short on the item too that you mentioned last time. Very tight.
High. There it is.
Yeah, it's very tight to get that. Also used up a little bit more weapon energy than I'm sure you wanted to, so you may have to pick up an extra small capsule in Wily too to make up for that.
Yeah, that's the perfect opportunity to fix all of your little mistakes, because they've parceled out a lot of little ones, so you get just what you need to make up for what you missed.
May pull us slightly ahead, but these item 3s will make it up.
Missed that little jump to get past the Joe this time. And then the item 3 is catching up. Gets to use these to climb the ladder faster. Kame doesn't get to do that. You only get to use the item as much as you absolutely need to in order to get through in the Buster only category.
Good option to use item 3 there, nice. Look at it side by side.
So a reminder again, this boss is going to flash the screen black and white a lot. So if you're sensitive to flashing lights, be careful. That's going to be the case for every boss fight from now on. But he's not going to be on the screen very long. This guy does not have any iframes, and Kame in particular is pretty good at the mashing.
There we go, Tiny safe.
Yeah, top block strats. It's a little bit slower. But if you get hit, you're going to fall down onto that back block there instead of into the abyss.
Such a great race so far. Nobody's had a definitive lead at all in this race.
Yeah. It's never been more than a couple of seconds. That's where we stand right now. Kame's the first one out to get onto the item 2.
I'm happy they allowed the item 2 here in Buster only.
What's the alternative? You gotta like damage boost across?
Damage boost with an E-tank off the green springy dudes.
That's horrible.
Yeah, don't do it. Not recommended. No.
Like I said damage boost because I couldn't imagine anything else, but the truth is I don't really visualize how that's possible even though you said it.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's just stupid.
Through mashing down the drills. Did a pretty good job with that.
Should see a little catch up here with the flash through this area.
Yeah, I've spent it there rather than at the top to deal with the stompers. So it's going to be using the items to jump over some of these stompers.
Looks like you'll have enough item 1 for the rest of the run also, provided nothing goes terrible here.
Best to minimize the advantage of Metal Blades. Is getting these one-jump kills multiple times. Very good. Wow, really great fight from Kame.
Very nice, yeah. He didn't really lose very much, if any, time to the Metal Blade there with his nice accurate shots. He wasn't missing any.
That is not easy to do. So still, a lead going into Wily 3. I don't think being able to use other weapons is going to speed this stage up very much at all.
No, just the guts fight.
But Wily 4, the refights is a huge one. If Tiny is able to conquer Wily 4 this time, then it's going to enjoy a big advantage on the refights. So Kame is going to want to have more of a lead than this, for sure.
Yeah, if he holds it steady, Kame's going to have a really, really hard time to fall through the spikes that everybody loves.
I don't want to jinx it, but I don't remember the last time I've ever watched a race and seen someone actually die on the ball. Everyone seems to have that dialed in. We didn't get one there, but I don't know. We could have a game 3, and there's a whole tournament coming up, so I hesitate to speak the words, but there it is, I said it.
It's bound to happen now. You didn't jinx it for somebody.
Nice jumps on the Guts Dozer for Kammesennin. Still enjoying the lead.
Should make up a little bit here. Very nice.
It's a good fight. Making up some time.
This is where it all matters, though. Everything else was child's play up until this point. This is the stage.
I mean, Tiny's run, they had like one death or something on the first stage, and then after that, it's been very smooth. So they're in a groove, but I mean, I'm the sort of player who would be thinking about last race, and that's not what you should be doing at all, but...
Kami losing a lot of time trying that short zip there, though.
Yeah, that's...
Not watching where he's at, though. He may think he's behind.
It's one of those things that saves so little time. You got to be so good at it in order to actually save time with it.
The pressure is off Kami for this match, so that's for sure. So you know he's going to be trying a little bit more than he normally would. Oh, nice one there.
One screen ahead.
Oh, there goes the item 3. Very nice.
Here comes the tough stuff. This is what was giving Tiny so much trouble. Kami's the first one with the damage boost and the walk across the spikes. Tiny's turn. Gonna get hit here, but that's okay. We're probably gonna see that double item 1 placement again. Yep.
Ooh, just a... Oh.
Chance to make up some time. Placed it low enough.
Very nice.
We're on the same screen now.
Yeah, again, Tiny. Oh, nice.
Yeah, you can use it like a platform and jump off of it onto the moving one, which is what Tiny was doing. But they made an adjustment after messing it up last time. They said, I'm just going to ride it this time. I can't fall off if I do that.
I was almost half expecting to see Tiny use the wood shield on here to give his crash bombs a little bit bigger of an explosion to give him a little bit easier of a fight after the last time we had in this. Interesting to see.
That sounds cool.
So yeah, if you use the wood shield on this stage and he missed it, he's going to have to, he's got to get this right one now. He cannot miss this right one or it's over again. Yeah, if you use the wood shield on this stage.
It's going to play it safe. It's going to drop in and then...
Oh! Is that going to get it? Yeah. Oh my goodness.
It's okay.
Oh, he's going for the damage boost over here. And he got it.
Synchronized kills on Wily 4. But again, those refights. Tiny's going to have all of the boss weaknesses, and it's all Buster only for Kammesennin. That's tough.
He should be screaming through these fights.
Anything can happen. But still, that's got to be great for the confidence, right? That stage really got the better of you last time. You came back, you killed it in game 2.
Bet he just took the deepest breath he's ever taken. It's like, I've got it. Here we go. Just finish. Finish strong.
Starting quick. Let's hit one more time, but with the health drop, tops up pretty nicely. Coming with these really long distance, placing these shots really well to hit Metal Man from that far away. That's not easy.
Definitely trying to conserve his health. I wonder if he's got enough E-tanks. I wonder if he only has 1 or if he still has 2. I wonder if that's why he's going with the safer. I'm opting to use wood on Airman. Yeah, we are in Rockman too. That's correct.
The
Crash Clash Dance.
Occupying the exact same space as Clashman. Good thing the iframes were there. there's a sort of Crashman's jumps sort of get synchronized with the bombs that he's shooting, and they can get kind of desynced in a way that makes the fight so much harder. But look at that. How many boss fights done now? I think that's 3 done for Tiny.
We're on the 4th for Kame. He's making that clockwise circle. He started with the upper right and is working his way to Heat Man.
Okay, so is still in the lead by like half a Robot Master or something. Got hit.
And Metal's getting ready to nail everybody right here.
Okay, so 1 of 2 E-Tanks used against Bubble, but Tiny the Brontosaurus, not gonna have to worry about that. That is a lead change. Three Robot Masters for Kame, 1 for Tiny.
And here comes Wily. Pretty low on metal. I'm worth it. Does he have an extra crash bomb to use on these? He does not. Oh, he's going with heat. Okay.
Oh, I've never seen heat on this. You were saying the metal blades were maybe a little bit low, right? So.
Yeah, they were definitely not enough to finish off both phases of this.
Well, it was a fantastic Woodman and then Airman now for Kame, but it's definitely Tiny the Brontosaurus in the driver's seat, finishing off the Wily Machine.
Very nice. Good backup to have. To know to go for the heat to save your metal. These long charges on Heat Man.
Yeah, it's a difference of a second between the slowest and the fastest that he gives you each time. So with the worst possible luck, you'll lose like 10 whole seconds. Compared to the fastest, anyway. Wily Machine. Kame's really good at matching these shots, only at the highest point.
Best soundtrack in the game on that stage also.
I mean, in the terms of the suspense it builds for this final boss fight confrontation, it does its job. Can Tiny the Brontosaurus bring us to Game 3? Playing it very safe.
Ooh. Ooh, oh no! Oh no, oh no.
So much contact damage, and now even the projectiles will kill. Needs to dodge everything. Oh, it's getting aggressive. Goes underneath. The last one, it's not enough. One more phase. Oh my god, it's another double kill.
Oh, we are in for a treat with the 3rd race. Oh my god. My heart can't handle it. My goodness.
And here comes Kammesennin right behind. They're playing completely different categories, but they are putting on an incredible show, and it's not over yet. We're going to Game 3. Imagine the nerves when you hug that alien, and now you can't even get hit by the projectile, and you know that if you die, that could be it.
Very nice job from Kame. Who needs to pay $15 to watch a Marvel movie?
We got it all right here, baby.
Golly.
Speedgaming.
Fantastic job. Oh my goodness.
So they were, what is this now? 38 seconds.
38
apart.
seconds. My goodness.
And it was a PB.
Oh, PB. Nice.
Tiny the Brontosaurus shaving 5 seconds off in a tournament match. Love to see it. Oh, and a 21-second PB for Kammesennin. Literally the best they've ever done. How can you ask for more? Well, we do have to ask a little bit more of them because there is a game 3 to play. It's too close to call, right? Like, anything can happen.
And you know Tiny's got to be feeling good after that run, too. Got his groove back. Both of them just PB'd, which is incredible. This is going to be a hell of a third match.
Yeah, this is a single elimination tournament, so one player is going to move on, one player is going to go home, but even if you get eliminated in round 1, if you do it knowing you literally set a new personal best during the match, it's like, well, I mean, you know, I did everything I could.
Yeah, definitely no bad days here today. I know Kame, I was in his stream just before we joined over here, and he was having a few moments that we've all had, you know, but I'm glad to see that, you know, everything eased out for him. Same thing for Tiny. I wasn't in his stream, but glad to hear he got a PB. Tough setting to PB, you know, that's for damn sure. Great job. Holding it together after that first run, you know, the nerves and everything, after everything that went bad in the first run. It's nice to see him come back and get that. It'll be good for him going into round 3.
I kept coming back to it because, you know, as the commentator, I'm always trying to build up some kind of narrative or whatever. But the truth is, like, you know, Tiny might have just completely put that behind it. Might not have been thinking about it at all. Just doing their thing, grooving and making it happen, and they sure did.
Yeah, you have to have a memory of a goldfish if you want to be trying to do this. That's for sure. I'm one of those. I brood over stuff. If I miss a jump or whatever, it'll be 3 stages later. I'm like, oh man, I missed that freaking jump back there. I was like, if I got that jump, I'd be 0.2 seconds ahead right now. And then it all just crumbles ahead of me.
Yeah, speedrunners tend to... So when you're speedrunning, there's so many things that you're doing right all the time that it just becomes easier to summarize what happened in terms of the things that didn't go right, just because there's less of those. But it does mean I find speedrunners tend to focus a lot on the negatives.
And we're always critical on ourselves. Everybody else, oh, great run, it was beautiful, and we're sitting over here like, that was the stupidest run I've ever had in my life.
Can't believe I missed that 0.2 second jump.
I love it. It's like we got Tiny ready.
A little commentary tip: if you ever find yourself on like a big stage, like a marathon run or something, and you're playing and you're commentating, resist the urge to call out the like, oh, I just missed the half-second kill on that guy. You know, like it means a lot to you, but everyone watching is like, whatever, man. It's just a half second. It's fine. Take the big picture approach. And the big picture in this match is a beautiful beautiful painting these two have crafted for us. The different routes, the way that they sort of sync up through stages 3 to 7, the imbalance between like weapons but no zips and zips but no weapons. And then the close finish in the game 3. Good stuff. Well, at the end of the day, Game 2 is in the past. It's all going to come down to Game 3. So the players are doing whatever they gotta do mentally to prepare themselves for this next one.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah, first 2 did not matter at this point. Run what you brung. Or if we can get a double PB race again.
We're asking a lot of these players.
Come on, boys, you can do it.
Kammesennin just posted in the classic Mega Man tournament chat. We got a channel for posting your new PB. Kame just slipped out of the tournament hall to go ahead and upload that one. Got a little picture of the splits there.
Don't blame him at all. That was a great run. A PB is a PB by an inch or by a mile. That's what Vin Diesel told me one time. I'll never forget it.
So just a little reminder, you're watching Speedgaming. We're ramping up to Speedgaming Live, October 3rd to October 6th. People are going to be getting together live in person, competing in some speedrun tournaments. But in the lead up to that, we've got this. We've got Speedgaming Live online. So we've got some online tournaments we're running. Mega Man 2 is happening here. But there's also Mega Man 1, and I think Mega Man 2 randomizer tournaments also happening. So if you follow the Speedgaming channels, there's lots like this happening right now. I think currently there are no other matches for this Mega Man 2 tournament scheduled. Though I think there's only one other match that needs to be scheduled for the first round. But I'm trying to spot. I think it's like by the end of this weekend, I think is when that match is going to happen. So keep an eye out for more Mega Man 2.
Yeah, thanks to Speedgaming for letting us do this also and hosting it so everybody can come out and enjoy us, not just us. I know they're also doing the donations for other games going on, including the Zelda randomizer and stuff people can check out if they're into anything besides Mega Man. Lots of good stuff going on.
Yeah, you can contribute towards the prize pools for the various games. I wish I knew the command to put the link in the chat. Maybe it's this one.
Yeah, I don't have a link available, but I will do this. You can follow these great runners right here. Here are their links. So you can check out their channels, go support them. Also Mythical.
That's me.
Do not follow me.
No,
I'm just here for the fun of it. No, but yeah, please follow Mythical, Kame, and Tiny. For sure.
Well, I got good news. RaceBot has started counting. Well, it's counted down. The race is counting up. Stream delay. I paid attention last time. I think we got about 20 seconds, and this thing's going to kick off. We're going to have Game 3. Winner takes it all. Advances in the Mega Man 2 any% difficult tournament 2024. And the loser goes home, so this is an elimination match.
All the marbles, here we go, folks. Enjoy it. It's going to be good. G-string, my man. What's up, Gustavo? Doing the right thing for us all.
Oh no,
Oh,
the very
no.
first drill, Kame going for that toe jump, just barely trying to find purchase on the side of the drill and missed it.
Maybe he was just taking a moment to show us how dangerous it really is. It's not as easy as he made it look the first few times.
Uh-huh.
Very nice recovery.
One of the quickest deaths you can take. But it does mean you're down that life, so later on, if something goes wrong, you run the risk of having a game over, which can be disastrous.
Yeah, because he does take an intentional death on Crash for that zip that he does, so that's one that you have to take into account for.
Timing the jump here to spawn this platform nice and high. And
Double
a double
pause.
pause. Yeah, didn't hesitate on the platform this time, but hesitated to press right after the jump, so did not get as much out of the jump as they needed to get across without a pause. So 2 pauses, gets across, Tiny, done with Flashman stage. Very straightforward, but the boss fight is anything but.
To go for the safe route, even with a little bit of extra help this time around.
Yeah, I'd be willing to bet that like, this is just how they do the fight, and trying to improvise the faster one would be very tricky, so... Well, that health disappeared pretty quick, but it holds on.
Nice finish to air after the rough start for Kame.
See what kind of patterns we get. The tornado's in the middle, so you gotta do those little hop shots. And kind of the worst pattern at the end there, but that's a kill.
Both sharing a long cutscene after the boss fight.
It's a 1 cutscene lead for Tiny the Brontosaurus, heading into Airman stage behind Kammesennin. Well, given that they just finished the stage, it is a lead. And Flashman's weapon is going to extend that lead a little bit, not having to worry about those drills in the opening section.
Let's see how quick we can get the crash zip on this one now. See if it's going to be as good as it has been the first 2 times.
Let's first try back to back. Happy with the pixel on the
Oh,
ladder.
he got it.
Wow.
Nice.
Death for Tiny the Brontosaurus, jumping across those airman platforms.
Oh no,
Much
that's
costlier death than we saw from Kame.
it. Definitely is even the race up a little bit. Thanks to the sprite limit, these right side horns will not show up.
Yeah, very handy. Jump over the left.
There's our intentional death and crash.
Yeah, done after triggering the halfway checkpoint. Oh,
Oh.
lightning bolt.
Ooh,
Tiny gets to the platform.
oof. Taking a lot of damage before we get up here to later parts of the air stage. We don't want to be taking all this damage. Airman is tough in this one.
Yeah, and the 5 different tornado patterns he gives makes it, you gotta react to a little bit. So, being under the pressure of having to react when you've got low health, not a situation you want to be in.
Nice damage boost.
Climbing on the left to get the extra life here to make up for the 1 lost in Airman stage. Kammesennin really is familiar with the backup.
Smart move. Especially in a race scenario, knowing anything can happen. And he knows that Tiny did have some problems in the first race, so he could be looking to play just a little bit extra safer and try to just finish as strong as he can, even with a little bit of mistakes here and there.
Only 2 missed shots on Crashman as he jumps around. Tiny with a kill on the left side for Airman. But a very,
Beautiful
very
job.
solid job.
We will see Kame getting to the third boss first with the shorter cutscene from Crash here, though.
Oh, right, that's true. I remember seeing that lead change last time and thinking to myself, like, wait, the cutscene length was different. Were they playing on different versions? No, they're the same version. It's the extra item that you get from beating Airman. You're correct.
You're also hitting up quick. Very nice. We get to see the quick metal back to back. Kame also going the longer route to get this E-tank. Oh no! Oh no!
You do not need to be holding left there. You can wait until the screen transition and you'll be okay, but the left was pressed and that was it.
Very good for Tiny as he drops down. Look how fast he's falling with that head bonk.
And pulling further ahead. Last time we saw it was the opposite. Kame still had the lead and Tiny was closing it.
He does pick up the extra man there, so that E-tank, is necessary for some of this. You definitely want to have it, especially for quick man. You never know what he's going to do or how much health you're going to have, depending on how the mechs are at the end of the stage, because they do a lot of damage to your health. So you definitely want the E-tank because you don't want to die on quick man. It's a long fight usually, and if you die at the end, it's just too many seconds wasted.
Air shooter knocking out these walkers. And onto the fight. Has 3/4 health here.
Damage boosting past that mech.
Waiting for the shot. Oh, I got the kill before the shot came out. That's fine. Yeah, you can't hit with the Buster when Quickman is below a level like you can with Crash Bombs. Oh, this is gonna be close.
Oh, no
E-tank.
Flash.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I had him there for a moment. Sometimes you can get him when he's on the ledge below you. He'll do the little short hops, and you can sit there and just pepper him with your lemon. It's so nice when he does that.
Yeah.
He never does it, but it's nice when you see it.
Because they were Kame's locked to Buster only, seeing Tiny fight Quickman with the Buster, I kind of forgot that, like, oh, you can use other weapons. Like, oh yeah, you could. He's weak to Flashman, actually, even technically. You could totally do that.
I thought for a moment he was going for the E-tank, but I was completely wrong on that. It's like, yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, Flash, he can just flash him.
Both these players have played enough to be prepared for the things that can go wrong,
And in a race, they will go wrong, you can guarantee it.
Yeah, it's a tough game.
Kame once again getting by with only 2 hits from the choppers. Oh, but got hit by the drills. This will mess up the sync a little bit.
Yeah, that mistake is going to sort of have shockwaves down pretty low on health now. Here's the item 2 ride for Tiny. It's nice and high. Oh!
Ooh.
That jump looked good to me, but apparently not.
The clown said, not today.
Waiting for the second hit there. Meanwhile, Kame, low on health. There's that E-tank that we're very interested in. from pretty far back, so yeah, it's gonna need a number of pauses to get across, but does.
Very nice middle kill from Tiny. Not far behind is Kame, though. Now this fight is quite a bit longer.
And we're probably gonna see an E-tank here. It's not an easy fight to... Well, I mean, once the conveyor starts pulling you towards him, it's a lot to worry about, threading the needle between the blades. Yeah, you got three of them.
It looked like he was going to try to play it safe, but yeah, now he can just get hyper aggressive with it.
Which I think is probably gonna be worth it.
Yeah, he's going to have to start getting a little bit more aggressive at places, or hope that Tiny makes a mistake. I don't know if we'll see that from Tiny in this match, though.
Yeah.
Everything seems to be going pretty smooth so far.
You don't really want to be in the position where you're just hoping your opponent throws it over to you, you know? You want to shorten that window of opportunity for them as much as possible, so I'm sure Kami's going to...
I wonder if Tiny is watching the race, or if they're like Kame and just not paying attention. Because, you know, some people like to see how it's going, whereas I know Kame said he wasn't going to watch because he didn't want to know. I wonder what Tiny's approach is.
Yeah, it's objectively, you know, good to have that information. There are certain things you can do differently, whether you are ahead or behind, that earn you an advantage. But, you know, humans are emotional creatures, and if it's gonna worry you or bother you or throw you off to have this other screen up and be thinking about that, I think probably most people don't watch, even though it is an advantage. I think most people prefer to do their thing.
Kame with a nice zip setup. See if he can damage boost past the fish here. Oh, opting to kill it.
Yeah, I mean, got it done in 2 jumps. Pretty good. But it was a very smooth Bubble Man stage for Tiny the Brontosaurus. The frogs here that Kame just mashed down were a bit of a problem last time, but through very cleanly as Tiny, making it much more difficult for Kammesennin.
Something about the sound of those boss doors is just so great, though. I love hearing that little click, 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 click. Something about the sound of them in 2 sounds so much better than the other ones.
I'm taking a little bit of damage here, but there's plenty. He's already ahead on the damage race.
Yeah, just don't body him and we're good. These are very tight jumps he's getting through Heat Man too. Very nice, very clean coming through there.
It's an item 2 to cross that little gap. If you are doing Heat Man earlier and you're zipping, you'll have to use the item 3. You'll have to jump out and throw the item 3 and get it to latch on, and then come back to the platform and jump at it. Tricky little move. The item 2 definitely much smoother. And there's that climb on that tall pillar. We hadn't quite seen that go the way that Tiny wanted it to on the previous 2 games, but there it is. It really is, you know, it's a good... You do go a lot faster when you use the weapons that you have, but... Kammesennin quote, "This is the only way I know."
Great Heat Man stage from Tiny. Fantastic Heat stage, start to finish. Ooh, there we go. Nice hits from Kame, all 3 times.
The boss fight for Tiny. Also staying pretty much the same distance away from Heat Man, waiting for each of the charges.
Very beautiful. clean Yokus from Kame. Very nice.
Yeah,
Two super nice heat stages.
Kame's doing everything they can to not let Tiny run away with this item using advantage. We had a sort of yo-yo thing going on where Kame's consistency would let them catch up every time Tiny made a mistake, and then Tiny's item usage would let them build a lead whenever they were not making mistakes. But this time, there's just not many mistakes from Tiny, and the lead grows a little bit here and there.
PBs will give you a lot of confidence, that's for sure.
Kame's keeping it together nicely on Heatman. Whoa, spoke too soon, took one hit, but got the shot in to stop the projectiles, get the fight under control. There it is. And I like this strategy against the dog. Boom.
Just walk through these rooms, just like it's nothing. Nobody wants to fight these dogs.
Yeah, and you flash nice and early. It needs to be already flashed, because the dog spawns like literally on frame 1, I think, so.
Yeah, if you try to flash as you go into the room, it will, there's an invisible wall that'll actually get put there and block you from going further until your flash runs out, and then you have to kill the dog, so.
Yeah.
You definitely want to launch it before you get into that room.
And the metal blades on the gorillas, like we talked about, nice advantage while they're hanging out down there. Here comes Kammesennin. Going back for a little bit of health. That's the Buster-only category for you. You are really hungry for every scrap of health, because these bosses, very tough to avoid damage, and they go on a long time.
Yeah, Woodman specifically said very tanky, does a lot of damage with his leaf shield and his body. The leaf falling not so much, but the leaf shield and his body, both of them do massive damage to you. So you're not allowed to get there with very little health because you probably won't survive it. You really need at least half a bar before going in there just to be able to tank at least one hit maybe. Either that or use an E-tank, which we don't really want to try to do on Heatman.
That's the kill for tinythebrontosaurus. Half a stage lead over Kammesennin. See how these gorillas go this time.
See if we can get this bird. Ah, I was hoping he was going to get that shot.
Gets the egg, though. That's the real problem.
Oh.
These ones are free. But it gets a health drop out of it.
A little bit of menu going on here from Tiny. Nice. It's a rough feeling missing that first menu because then it kind of puts you in like a spiral. Like, oh my god, where am I at in the menus? I hit the wrong one. Start, unpause, start, unpause.
Yeah, these players, when they open the menu, they're not like looking at the menu and being like, oh, that's the item I need, right? They've memorized, oh, in this menu, it's down, 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 start, or whatever it is to switch to the next weapon.
Yeah, down 2, down 3. Yeah, that's the way. Up 2, down 3, 3. You know, I'm always trying to count it out. It's funny in the streams. You hear people count it out as they're going along, like mumbling underneath. Up 2, down 3. You're like, what are they even talking about? Is this a code to a safe? No, it's the code to get by the menus quicker because you don't want to see where you're going. You just want to do it.
Yeah, the visual input. Nice Woodman fight, by the way, from Kame.
Beautiful.
The visual of the menu is like lagging behind when when it accepts the inputs to make it go. So you're doing it blind essentially. And that means
Chrissy has amazing menus.
Yeah, it's an unsung skill in all of speedrunning, really. But if you get off in the menu, like if you miss menu, your muscle memory is useless now because you're not where you're at the starting point anymore. So now you do need to stop and look at it and figure out what's going on with it.
Yeah, it's so terrible when you're expecting to go like down 3, up 2, and it goes down 3, up 1. You come out and you're in a different item, and then you've got to go back into the menu, realize where you're at, hit that menu, and then unpause. You've done lost 4 or 5 seconds at least if you're doing it quick.
Yeah.
it's a hassle when, especially if you're on pace and you know what you're doing and you're so accustomed to doing it every single time. That one little hiccup just throws everything off. Same with picking up energy or weapon drops when these guys are jumping near edges. You know, you're so used to running and making jumps at specific moments, and they're tight jumps. A health drop can completely throw everything off, drop you into spikes, drop you into a pit. They also can be hateful in these runs. Speaking of that nice crash kill there. So much goes on in these runs that it's just everything's got to be accounted for. In these race situations, it's fun to see how they react when things don't go right.
Yeah, you gotta hold on. Consistency obviously gets you very far, but nobody's perfect, so when it goes wrong, are you gonna be ready? We got Kammesennin half a stage behind, low on health coming into this Flashman fight, but everyone's done a great job of fighting Flashman so far. Oh, got two contact hits. Still has one E-tank.
There we go. Got the wiggle on the bird over here from Tiny to get the birds behind him so they will not be bothering him for the rest of this part. Again, another low item too.
That was good.
No problem. There we go. Item 2 not been especially kind to him today.
It's tricky. I don't know if it's pixel perfect or what the window is or whatever, but it's tight to get that in just the right spot.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly. It's small. And trying to get it close enough so that you don't waste that 1 or possibly 2 weapon energy to have again later for Wily 4 when you're wanting to use it for a platform and that spike drop. It's everything they're doing now with their weapons, they're trying to conserve them for later, so there's only so much that they know they can use. If they use one item too much, then they've got to compensate for that later on in the run.
Grabbing the very bottom.
Ooh, that was so close, wasn't it?
You're absolutely right to call attention to that, though. If you misuse a weapon early on, there's this sort of knock-on effect that you can catch you off guard if you're not, you know, keeping it in your head. Oh, the situation is different. I need to do this or that to adapt to it. Thankfully, Wily 2's got the extra refills, so any problems before then can often be fixed there by picking up some extra.
And this is Buster only, but we see Kame, he is able to swap into item 1 at the very beginning of the stage, stay in item 1 through the entire stage because he's not killing anybody. So it cuts down on the menus that he will have. That Tiny's doing a lot more menuing as he's swapping between item 2 to item 3, back to quick. Kame's got 2 menus, the menu to item 1, menu to Buster. So he will save a little bit of time in that regards.
Save time as well, avoiding the shot from the Sniper Joe in the corridor. Really not easy to do that, but have the timing. Very comfortable ladder grab. But this half-stage lead or so that opened up a couple of stages ago has been held all the way to this point.
Yeah, Kame is not losing ground at all. He is staying right on his heels. Any slip up from Tiny, and it could change the whole outcome of this race. So we've seen at both ends. Kame is very consistent. You're very right about that. He is super consistent with this Buster only run.
Oh, dropped down a little bit early, but can
almost
manage
kissed
to
him.
make up for it.
Yeah, do not kiss the dragon. He will instantly kill you if you touch the dragon at that point. There's no damage, no nothing. You just die.
Really? I don't think I knew that.
Yeah. If you come off that bottom ledge just a little bit too much and touch him, yeah.
The bottom, the knockback. Okay.
Yeah, you don't even have to fall off. He'll just instantly blow you up. Just touch. It's like, dang, 2 pixels too close. Don't kiss the dragon. And I mean that in more ways than just Mega Man. Please don't be kissing any dragons, anybody.
Oh, I don't know about that.
That's bad for your health. We don't need that. Anyways, back here to Pika Piku.
We saw almost all of these item refills that Kame is ignoring were picked up by Tiny. which take time to refill the meter a little bit. And it kind of adds up, so a significant amount of time gained there just walking through that room.
Seemed like he's doing a little bit better here with his metal supply too. He wasn't spamming them quite as much as he was that last round, I believe. He should be okay on metal for the rest of the run. Get item 3 from Kame.
2 damage boosts, but the health is fine. You're not really going to take damage from the boss. It's all about how much time you gain or lose by landing your shots.
See how many fishes Tiny gets here right here. I say fishes like I'm from the south, which I am. That would be fish for everybody else who speaks correct English.
I think they're both correct.
Is it?
Fishes. Yeah, yeah. If anyone tries to tell you you're wrong, they're wrong.
Okay, you go ask Mythical. He told me I was right. Very nice Wily 3 from Tiny right here. Good. Oh yeah, good boss kill from Kame too.
Wily 3 is a shorter stage, so the half stage lead is almost turned into a full stage lead here, but it's a little misleading. And that's a stage that Kame's not going to lose much time at all with being Buster only, so.
And into Purple Hell we go for Tiny. Here we go. Just keep the nerves off. Do you think he knows he can do it well? Just hold it right here. But this Purple Hell, it's never going to go the way you want it. I'm sure the nerves are going, the heart's pumping a little bit. Getting those deep breaths coming in. He's feeling good right now. He's living high on life, and I'm here for it.
Here we go. Oh my
no!
Gosh! It happened.
That is not. But he called it. You jinxed him. You got him on the last one.
There is no checkpoint. That is a costly death.
That is horrible for the time. Yeah, that's going to set you back a lot.
It's looking good for Tiny the Brontosaurus. Of course, anything can happen in Wily 4. I have a little bit of item 3 here, I might use it. Just gonna hold on.
You may be saving it for the Sackett Pit stage here.
Oh, no, it's switching. Kame is taking a moment out of their race, I guess, during the death cutscene to type a little bit in the chat, which is like depends on the kind of person you are, I guess, whether that's going to help you mentally or not, but well, needless to say, they're not too happy about a death there. Tiny's going to be happy to get through this section.
Yes, that's probably one of the most time-consuming losses you can have other than losing the fight at this boss here. The Boo Beam fight. The boss fights here, they'll set you back a lot, but the mid-stage, like I said, no checkpoint in Wily 3, dying at the spikes, you've already came through so much, and you're so close to the end from dropping down. Just a bad stroke of luck.
Alright, well, like you said, this is the most costly mistake you can make in the run. Tiny Brontosaurus.
Playing safe. He needs to hit this left. Oh no, he'll play it safe again, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's pretty low on health. Doesn't have an E-tank, by the way.
Oh!
Uh-oh.
Oh!
Uh-oh, uh-oh.
Oh no!
They're gonna shoot.
Oh no! Oh, he does have an E-tank. Oh my goodness.
I missed that.
Did he pick it up? He must have picked it up at Wily 4 when we weren't looking. Oh man.
That's the kill. That would have been so bad. Okay. The safety items have been so key for both players.
Kame almost missed out too. That was close. Yeah, I did not even see where he picked up an E-tank. Completely missed out. And Tiny does have the advantage in the boss free fights. He's got all the weaknesses to use, so he's going to have a much quicker time getting through them. Quicker and easier, we might add. Not just quicker, it is much easier.
Yeah. It's
once
all
you get
in
past
Tiny's
Bestie
favor
Quick Man.
now.
Very nice.
You're pretty happy to get through there with 2/3 of your health. There's just not much you can do to avoid getting hit by something in that Quick Man fight. Crashman running Tiny all the way into the corner, so it has to walk all the way across the screen to hit the teleport.
Oh, interesting he don't go straight to wood with the air still equipped. I'm assuming he's going to save heat for Wily again, maybe? Just in case? Not having a crash bomb?
I guess we'll see. Turns around and tops up a little bit off of the health. Kami's bomb is too low, I think, there.
Oh.
What's the plan here? Can you still clean this up? You can. You don't even have to do the damage boost. Or the damage transfer, rather. Cool.
Oh. Oh no.
Get hit again. These shots are not
no.
easy to dodge. Is gonna just stand there, knows they've got the advantage. They've got they're +5 in that situation.
Big old cojones on Kami over there, very nicely done. Stand your ground and just hold it knowing that you got the time to do it. It's easy to panic at that moment. Like you said, you don't want to die at that boss.
It would have been the end of Kami's whole tournament, for sure. But they're still in it. But their chances are fading fast. There's only 2 Robot Masters left for Tiny the Brontosaurus.
Good looking flash fight on Kammesennin though.
I've been seeing Tiny picking up the health drops from the bosses, even when it's, you know, just a couple of ticks. And I wonder if it's because they're watching and they know that they've got enough of a lead that they can play it safe, or if they just always play it safe.
Oh no, he does not have an E-Tank here.
That heat shot didn't come out, and there's still a second phase, and it's got hit during the transition.
This is not safe. This is not good. Oh
it's
no!
So hard to dodge the attacks. Look how the sine wave pattern is just hard to read.
So he doesn't have metal enough to do it. He doesn't have his heat now to use, and he's got his quick, but quick does not work on the first form of Wily right here. He's going to have to buster the first Wily ship. He does not have the speed at mashing like Kame does.
Yeah. This is a chance for Kammesennin. It's a very clean phase 1. Oh, Kami leaving the health drop. Very confident. No!
No! Tiny down!
Has an extra life. Do they have enough quick boomerangs for phase 2?
Kame does have an extra E-Tank besides the one he did just use. It's do or die here for Tiny. He cannot afford to take a continue because he will have to refight all the bosses again. It's coming down to the wire.
I think it would be lights out. Has to make
Take a deep breath. Yeah, just make it happen right here. You got this.
You can get hit as long as you are using those iframes to get your hits. You will comfortably damage race this boss, but don't get hit by him. Yes, retreating away. Very smart.
Yeah, I believe he was hugging the ship the first time. I believe that's where all of his damage came from. So close. Nice job by Tiny holding it together through those 2 deaths. That's so tough to be doing right now.
It was a really close call on the alien last time. It's the only thing standing between Tiny and winning this tournament match. They're very new to this sort of thing. They're very nervous. It would mean a lot to them if they were able to come up with a win here.
I'd be scared about using a lot of that bubble though. Don't have very much. You want to give yourself a little cushion just in case you do miss a couple right here.
we saw they were able to be very defensive against the alien, avoiding the body, avoiding the shots.
Kame goes into the wily shit fights. I just play it safe. Very nice. Smart by Brontosaurus. Oh!
Jumps back in for more damage, but gets hit down to 2 health. Look out!
No!
Tiny the Brontosaurus with the race on the line needs 4 more hits, cannot get hit.
Oh!
2 more.
Oh!
The
He
double
got
kill
it
again.
over there for a 3rd time. Oh my god!
That's
How
it.
incredible is that? Nice
Tiny
job.
the Brontosaurus with a
Oh.
35-33 advances.
Oh my goodness.
The Mega Man 2 any percent difficult tournament 2024.
Man, they starting this thing off strong. Whoever plays after this has got a lot to live up to. My goodness gracious. Congratulations to
Kammesennin.
Tiny.
Well, Kame's actually switched to bubble here already. Yeah, because of course you have to. Walking at the front of the screen. If you drop down on the right before the screen has a chance to start scrolling, you're way up in front, so none of these drips are a problem. So it's really just the alien.
I wonder how Tiny's time was on that. It seemed like it was pretty quick. 35-36. Is that another PB? What was his last one?
35-19.
Oh, very close. Okay.
Very consistent. But the death from Kame and
Sealed the deal.
yeah, it's been followed up by a forfeit. Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure if they were gonna try again and then forfeit, but the lack of movement here, frustrating. Kammesennin with a big disadvantage playing Buster only, but it made for a really good race. And overall, I think they both played great. So
I'm just glad to have been here part of this from this side of it. Getting to hear the excitement, man. That was great. Tiny got me a little scared there at the end. I didn't know what was going to happen, but Mega Man just Mega Man. And I was like, surely, man, can you imagine how bad it would have been after the fact, knowing that caught up to you again? It's like just dragging on you. But he did really good. Held it together. Like, it's tough to hold it together in this atmosphere. You know, you go home if you lose. So it takes a lot to hold it together and just, you know, pull it up and say, I've got to do this. He did it.
he did it. Kame's still not happy about the last run. Yeah, I mean,
Kame, it was amazing, dude. Don't sell yourself short.
those
We are
zips
all
and
very
Clash,
glad to have
man,
seen it.
first try every time.
First try, yeah. First try zips and Clash, and that's impressive. Impressive. Yeah, the first 7 seconds, she had the tiptoe, got you on the first. Beautiful, though. At least it was at the very beginning and not, you know, at the platforms, the floating platforms. Great job, though, for real. Great job by Mythical. I appreciate this. You did such a fantastic job with these guys.
Yeah, thanks for having me and thanks for joining me. It's been really
Yeah,
fun.
I appreciate it very much. Yeah, again, make sure if you guys see any games you like from the Speedgaming site that you'd like to see run, such as the Zelda Randomizer or these other Mega Man races, be sure to go for it. It's good charity they're going for. Or if you're near, was it Herndon, Virginia? They do have it live and on site. If you're in that area, you're also welcome to go there for signups on some stuff also. So yeah, be sure to check that out. And I said, appreciate everything. Appreciate Tiny. Appreciate Com for the hell of races right there. Fantastic races. Couldn't ask for any better. We got 3 races instead of 2, and all 3 of them were incredible. Had us on the edge of our seats every time, back and forth through all 3 races. It was good to see. I enjoyed it very much.
Me too. So Tiny the Brontosaurus advances in the brackets. They've unfortunately run up against Satoko Addict 96, who is active on the leaderboards. There's not a lot of activity at the very top of the leaderboards in Mega Man 1 and 2. The people who are, have been up there for a while. But Satoko is active right now and has a very recent PB of fourth place, and is starting to sort of challenge the top three that we have in this game in this category. So it's a very scary opponent to run into. They posted some 27s and some practice races I saw. So it'll be a really really tough one for Tiny the Brontosaurus, but is going to know that they got this win here in round one. And who knows? Anything can happen. We saw how brutal Wily 4 was. So if you want to see that match or any other matches, you should probably follow Speedgaming. You can check the schedule to see when stuff is happening, but I don't think there's any more Mega Man 2 matches scheduled at this moment. So you'll just have to sort of stay tuned. And with that, I guess we'll go ahead and wrap things up. I'm not sure what's going to be coming up here on Speedgaming 2, but there's lots of stuff happening on most of the Speedgamings most of the time. There's a schedule. If you scroll down, you can go ahead and check it, see what else is going on. But yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Congrats again to both runners. Thank you so much, Chrome Cobra, for joining me. I'm Mythical9, and let's see. Oh, are we going to be able to talk to them? See, that's what I was waiting for, and I was wondering.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too. I don't see anything on my side to click to an interview though.
It would also be good for me to check the schedule and see if there's something else waiting for us.
I know we do have the race. When's the next race that we have coming up scheduled?
There's a Mega Man 1 race.
And that is Saturday, I believe.
The 24th. Yeah, Saturday. I'm going to say we're not able to talk to the runners. But they've been chatting plenty in the race chat. If there's something that someone wants to say, I think they're listening now. I'll just relay any final thoughts you guys have. I did ask before if we were going to do interviews. I wasn't sure. Someone, again, there's this little control panel, and I think maybe if I click the right buttons, I could make it happen, but I don't trust myself.
Click those buttons, baby. We got this. Let's see what happens. Was it interview winner possibly?
If I mark these two as done. I put the players on the spot. They were like, "Oh, I'm ready for an interview," and then they said nothing. I find most of the times when I pull players in for an interview, they get in there and they're like, "Well, I played the game and I won, or I lost."
Can send them the link to this chat though. See if they want to join in on voice chat here. We'll just make this easy on them.
Hopefully they don't get kicked out or nothing. We'll see. Playing it by ear here at the end. We had the smooth rap, but it'll be good to hear from them if they have something to say. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, here they come. Yep. Come on in, boys.
So we're joined by our runners. It was worth holding our wrap-up in order to get them in here. So hello, Kammesennin.
Hey there.
And hello, Tiny the Brontosaurus. Haven't heard from you yet, Tiny. You might need to go into Discord and tell it which device is actually your microphone. Oh, and they left real quick. But we have you here, Kame. You weren't too happy about how that last game went, it seems.
Oh no, I'm not happy at all. Where where you see me repeatedly killing Mega Man there, that was my first death in the run. I didn't make it 7 seconds without dying, and then it just it kept happening to stupid things. And then once I hit the spikes on Wily 3, I was whatever the opposite of over the moon is. I don't think under the moon works for it, but whatever the opposite of it is, that's where I was. Because how am I dying all these silly ways? I can't believe it. It's not. It doesn't even bother me that I lost. It's just that I did so bad.
I don't think you did so bad. I think there was, things go wrong when you play live.
Absolutely, they always do. It's just I have died to things today that I never died to in the last 35 years of playing this game. Like, literally, I was 2 years old and didn't die to some of the things that I died to tonight. So, I'm a little upset about it. I'll get over it. It's not that serious. But yes, I was very unpleased by a lot of things this evening, and especially this third run. Oh, it was bad. First was okay. I expect to die once or twice somewhere, but the second one was great. Nice PB for me. Happy with that. I'm coming away from tonight with at least a W of some kind. And,
yeah, I mean, I was like, I'm surprised you're so negative about this third one.
I come off way more negative in text than I do in voice. I don't know. I type very bluntly.
That PB was 21 seconds. That was a good chunk of time you shaved off there.
That was a nice little healthy PB, and it looks like my sum of best is about almost a minute and a half faster than that even. So there's some time to take off by just not dying. I'll get to that point eventually. This game is hard though. It is. I'm so used to playing normal. I haven't touched this since 2018.
Gotcha.
And it shows.
I don't think you're alone. I think there's a lot of people who sort of shook off the rust a little bit to come out and have some fun in a Mega Man 2 tournament. We've also now maybe got Tiny the Brontosaurus with us. Don't hear you yet.
We see him, but we don't hear him.
Well, back to you, Kammesennin. I didn't even know that you could zip in Crashman's stage without any items. So that was cool.
You can. That's a sub-pixel thing, to an extent anyway. I can show something about that, but it's not going to be very easy. But I'll do my best here.
Well, I don't even know if we still have your...
Oh, yeah, if you don't have it up, then that's okay. I won't bother showing it. But basically, I line the black outline of Mega Man's hand when he's on the ladder. I line that up to a certain pixel and just kind of pray that I got the sub-pixel. It seems like more often than not I have it, so I keep going for that pixel and just kind of trusting it. Very much a feel thing. There's another way to do that zip that involves some pause buffers while falling to the right. And if you can get yourself all the way against the far right wall before you hit the screen transition there, he'll kind of just automatically zip into the wall a little bit, but it works differently. You need to either take damage or perform an A-trigger zip in order to get through. Otherwise, you'll just turn and pop out of the wall. So there's two ways to do it. The way you saw me do it tonight is definitely the faster way, saving something like 20 or 30 seconds, I forget which. Whereas the other one only saves like 11, but it's a nice backup when things go awry, especially in the randomizer, which I know we're obviously not doing here tonight, but I do a lot of that, and that comes in handy for me sometimes, so it's technically my backup.
That makes a lot of sense. You seemed very comfortable with a number of backup strats. You're like, oh, I need this E-tank, I need that E-tank. You were always ready with whatever was needed.
Yeah. I kind of there's two E-tanks in the run that I kind of play by ear whether or not I'm going to grab them. The first one is actually the second one in Metal Man stage. If I'm doing well and I've got my two E-tanks, one from Quick Stage and the first one from Metal, and my health is looking okay, I'm probably not going to bother with it, but in a race scenario, it's easier to get a little nervous, so I might go for that one. But the other one that I usually don't go for, but I will, if I don't have an E-Tank and my health isn't where it should be at the end of Flashman stage, I'll grab that one sometimes, but I tend to try to avoid it. It's not the slowest one of those three, but it is the second slowest, and it's just that stage is at the end of the at the end of the 8 robos for me, because with Buster only, your order is usually determined by what's more difficult or what's more likely to fail and cost the entire run. That's why you see Air and Crash first there in my route. So Flash is like super easy stage, pretty consistent. It goes at the end, so I just kind of make a last-minute judgment call there. Do I need this E-Tank? I don't need it for Wily 1, and there's a free one in Wily 2, so I usually don't need it.
Well, your E-Tank usage overall was like very smart. I think it really helped you.
Ooh, we have sound. I heard that.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, I finally figured it out. That was a mess.
Let's go.
Welcome.
GG.
I think the mic on my computer is broken, so I had to switch to my phone.
Well, I can tell, but we can hear you.
Oh, does it sound bad? Sorry about that.
It's not great, but it'll do. It'll do just fine. Congratulations.
Thank you. That was super fun. That was super nerve-wracking.
You did seem
On,
like
the
a bundle
first-
of nerves at the start.
Yeah, on the first run, I was doing really well. I was like right on a PB, and then I completely fell apart on Wily 4. Like absolutely fell apart. I couldn't do anything.
A tale as old as time. That
Yeah,
Wily
seriously.
4.
And I switched to playing super conservative the whole time, which worked out pretty well. But I don't practice conservative at all. So then, like, I think the second Wily boss, or Wily 5, the second thing, I didn't realize I was out of heat energy, and like ended up dying right after that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
were you watching the race, or were you keeping it away from you? I know Kame wasn't watching it, but were you paying attention or no?
I was not in the first race. My girlfriend was giving me updates, and then when she had to go upstairs, she's at her own Twitch stream right now. So when she went upstairs, I was just going blind.
Nice.
So, did you feel like you enjoyed the advantage of the information, or was it better to just focus?
I think I liked having it, but it was a little distracting. Also, I had cats bugging me in the first game. Not that wasn't a reason at all, but it wasn't helping. They've since been locked in the room. So I think I let them out now. No, I think I was trying to set up a second computer to watch the race at the same time, but I found that computer's broken too. So apparently, I have a bunch of broken stuff here. I haven't turned it on in 2 years, so that's not surprising.
I was gonna say, not gonna lie, but that third race down at the Wiley, when that first step happened, we both got a big gasp. We was like, "Oh no, hold it together, let's do it!" it was so exciting, dude. Both of you, what a hell of a show! Like I had a great time watching it, like watching everything unfold and the back and forth, the seesaw, the entire 3 races. It was so good. There were parts where you were almost perfectly in sync with each other during quick and middle stages. It was great. Beautiful job. Like you said, you guys did great. Tough atmosphere to pull the stuff you guys pulled off, but you guys did great.
Thank you. So I usually run normal zipless, and I didn't start practicing difficult until I saw this tournament was difficult, and I was like, "Oh crap! I better figure this out," because I'd never played it before.
It's a different animal, that's for sure. There is a big...
It's way harder.
Bosses, but I was mentioning on Quickman, where you're able to one-shot the fire guys with air. Kame has to hit those dudes 10 times with bullets, where, normal, you can keep running through there even on Buster only, but on Rockman 2, there's a lot of slowdown in that area. And there's other parts where the enemy's got so much health, you just got to boost past them on Rockman. You can't even take time to stop and fight them, but you guys handled everything so good.
Thank you. Yeah, it was fun. I hear I'm playing Taco Addict next week, so that'll be fun.
Are you gonna learn zips to put up a fight, or?
I'm not planning on it, but I know one zip. I know a zip in Heatman, but like I'll probably just get stuck in the wall.
Oh no.
Well, I guess I want to ask. It's you joined the tournament for a certain category, not knowing that category, and both of you just decided, well, I'm just going to do what I know. So it was really fun that you both played each other in the first round like this. But like, it seems like the fun of participating in a tournament sort of trumps everything. Like, who cares if I don't know the category?
Absolutely. I mean, that's kind of what it's about. Like, it's the classic, you know, the Mega Man Classic Speed Gaming tournament thing going on. So it's like if you're gonna play some Mega Man and you like some Mega Man and you want to play it with some other people, you kind of have to go with the tournament that's available, and that, you know, that's this one. I can't. How do I put it? Like, I don't have a whole lot of choice in which tournament. Which, don't get me wrong, it's not like that's not exactly a complaint. It's just kind of a fact of life. There's not that many tournaments going on at once. We got the randomizer one, and we got this one going on for the same game at the same time. And I just said, you know what? I'm gonna just go out there and just see what happens. And you know, even if I lose the first one, which obviously I did, I'm gonna have some fun with it and try to show off some nifty things that maybe people don't see very often. Because I mean, like the crash zip you mentioned, that's definitely done a very different way. Bubble zip is done a little bit differently. There's a number of different things that are done in Buster Only that you don't get to see all that often. Like some of them ladder zips that I was doing in Wily 4, you don't get to see much of that stuff often. So I just
all the zips and Heat, man, they're always fun to watch because they're dangerous. You know, if you miss either one of those, it drops you into the pit. So
Yeah,
they're always nerve-wracking.
Yeah, and I think it's like 3 to 7 frames is the window to hit left after hitting A. And if you do it any faster or slower than that, yeah, you're in the pit. Bye.
And that's such a bad spot to drop in and take a death too, because you have to start back from the very beginning of it and work your way back to there. I mean, it's not that far, but it's time-consuming to lose right there.
Yeah, it's not that far, but you know, you stop so often for the Yokus because you just have to wait for certain ones to spawn before you can do your thing. Well, I mean, I guess any percent you could probably use items if you have them, but I don't know the router or anything. Like, I have no idea. I only know my Buster stuff.
Yeah, handled well by both of you guys. Great stages. Both of y'all's Heatman stages on the third race, I believe, they were both so clean and so beautiful from both sides. It was a treat to see.
Thank you. And I think this is the second tournament I've played in. The first one I played one match. I was up against Alice, and she just demolished me. She was like she made mistakes and still hit 30 minutes.
Dude,
and like I'm coming in around 30. I'm like 35, and I'm super proud of myself. But it was like, because it's ranked by like, I had a poor time, she had a great time, so I'm like low seed versus high seed. So I was excited that there's a kind of a play-in bracket here.
And congratulations on the PBs to both of you guys. I mean, to do it in a race situation is beyond amazing.
Yeah, how about that? We both did it. That's awesome.
We also had a double death on Wily all 3 races.
Awesome. That's great. I did that in my practice run just before the match tonight too. So it's been a good night for that, I guess.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, my nerves definitely improved as the night went on, that's for sure.
Yeah, when we saw you with 2 health on the third race at the Wily, oh man, we were both screaming. We're like, go get it, no, come on, hold it, you got it. It was just a roller coaster, this entire thing.
I thought for sure I was going to get the double knockout again there. Nope. Didn't quite have it. That shot that he fired that I decided to take for the last D-boost was just a little too early for me to actually get that kill there.
And did you see I died on the alien both times, like as I won the game.
And then he did when he won his game. Every kill on the alien that ended the game was a double kill.
No, we're just showing off. I definitely did that on purpose, right?
We just wanted to give a good show. That's all it was about. We wanted to give a good show, let the folks at home have a good time, you know?
And you certainly did. Tiny, you're moving on in the bracket. Kama, you're going home. But you both played great. Congratulations. And thank you so much for coming to talk to us.
Thank you.
Thank
It was super fun.
much. Thank you, Tiny, for the race. Was a good time for sure. I can't wait to watch it back and see all the craziness. They're telling me it's synchronized multiple times. I love that. I live for that. Let's go. Thanks. I believe it was Mello and or Mr. Cab that organized this, if I'm not mistaken. So shout outs to them, and Speed Gaming, of course, for hosting the tournament. Both of you guys in here for the commentary booth. Appreciate all that you're doing in here to keep everything entertaining while we fumble with our controllers. And all you folks at home, thanks for watching. I'm out of here. Good night, folks.
You wrapped it all up for us. Thank you so much. That's it for Mega Man 2 tonight. We'll be back at a later date with more matches. Follow the channels to stay tuned, and maybe we'll see you next time. Till then.